All right. Test.
Test.
Test. Test.
Five, four, three.
And welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name is Dean, the Zennial.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
And I am representing the millennials. My name is Nicholas. And if you have not joined us before, we welcome you. We're glad you're here with us. We are three friends that represent three different generations loosely. And we get together once a week and talk about nerd and pop culture things and whatever basically comes to the mostly vacant areas in our skulls that where our brains would go. So we get together, we talk about this stuff. If you have not done so already, please go find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We have taken the liberty to lay them out conveniently for you on a link tree. So just Google Convincing Idiots, LANKTREE, and there you will find all of the places online in which we are. So please like, follow, rate, review, subscribe, all those things. You can also find those links and so much more at our website. That is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So now that we have gotten all the business talk out of the way, we've all become acquainted.
Business.
Us, the talent, you, the listener. We're acquainted. You know where to find us.
Whoa.
We're in this for the long
nobody
haul.
said we had to have talent here. God damn it.
So
I'm out.
Brian, you do not have a discussion with him that he's not on any of the websites or any of the... We'll talk it out. We'll work it out.
Yeah,
We'll work it out later.
No.
We'll work it out later. But anyway, another week in our glorious lives have passed. We are here together, and that is what is important. Brian, how have you been, my friend?
Doing well. Actually, I spent a lot of time with Mr. Dean here and the lovely Miss Megan this past weekend. So
Sure did.
yeah, so that was
Nice.
actually very nice. So we went out to dinner on Friday. Went over to Hodges in Barberton. If you're from this area, if you want a good diner burger, huge like house type burger, go check out Hodges. It's delicious.
Good
And
stuff.
then we hung out afterwards for a while, and then had a nice time with Mom Saturday. Come over and hung out and built a fire, first fire of the season, on the fire pit out back, and then back with Dean and Megan on Sunday. We got some food again, and we'll talk about this. But we saw the new Nick Cage movie. The only thing that was disappointing is I did not get to spend time with our .25 friend I see on video here next to Dean, so he can maybe mention who that is sitting next to him there. But yeah,
I
nice
forgot
week,
his
nice
name,
weekend.
actually.
Yeah. And then Friday's coming up. As you guys know, I'm officiating one of my oldest and best friends, like a brother of mine's wedding, and his lovely fiancee, Tina. So buddy Jim and Tina, this Friday. So coming up by the time we air the next episode, I'll tell you all about it. So that's coming up fast, very exciting and special time. That's what I got.
Terrific.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Dino?
Oh, well, lots going on with me. I got this new spiffy shirt here, if you're watching the YouTubes. And we had talked about it. The head behind me, we talked about it last week. And for the life of me, I don't listen to this show. I'm not a fan. But I think we had mentioned something about wanting to see the sculpted head of myself from high school.
Yes.
And so
I don't know that we asked to see it so much as Brian was asking for private time with it. There's a lot of comments about the mouth situation and what kind
the
of
mouth was open.
face you were in. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. But I think he might be a new fixture here in the background there.
Just on a tray. Is that a tray table? He's just
it's a tray
there.
table. It's dining food tray table.
He's put a fucking tablecloth over the tray. Jeez.
Have some respect for
That's a
Golden High
proper
School head of Dean.
Right, exactly.
God.
Come on, man.
He deserves better. I know. I'll work on it.
Show
I'll
some
work on it.
goddamn respect.
I didn't show him respect back then. I'm sure not going to start now. Let's see. Wednesday. Oh boy. I'm gonna. I'll talk a little bit more about it in my reviews. But I went to see at the E.J. Thomas Hall in Akron. We saw. It was called Motown with a Twist.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It was singers and dancers from a bunch of the reality game shows, like Dancing with the Stars. So You Think You Can Dance, The Voice. A bunch of those. And they sang and then danced to Motown, and I did that Wednesday.
Audience full of teenagers.
Yes. Yeah. I'll once again I'll get into it. And then let's see. Friday I hung out with the Stat Man.
Statman.
I got into it Ignite Brewery, and we're not giving a plug. They're not sponsors, but they had the new thing called Loaded La Luz. La Luz is their Mexican-style lager,
Very good.
they use Terramana, the Rocks tequila, and they do a shot of it in there, with the beer. And I had a couple of those. Ended the night with a couple bourbons very quickly, might I add. So Saturday I did nothing. I could not do anything.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then Sunday, got back up the strength and ability, and we went and saw the Nicolas Cage movie. Got to hang out a little bit more with Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's that aching, that hollowness in your heart that you know something's missing, but you don't quite know what it is. But I'll figure it out someday. But that's pretty much what I've done. Nick, is it?
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Nick, what have you been doing?
Well,
Since we honestly have no clue.
No. What have I been doing? I don't know. It's been a good weekend.
Nothing. Just
nothing.
hanging out by myself.
Not really. Yeah, not much. Friday, just did some running around, got some Chinese, and hung out with the fam. Saturday, we celebrated my mom. My mom's birthday was actually Friday, but we celebrated on Saturday.
Nice.
So we went out and got a bite to eat at Luigi's in downtown Akron. It's pretty famous pizza around this area in the Northeast Ohio area, in the Akron area. So it was a good meal. Went back to her house for some cake and stuff like that. It was, always good to celebrate my wonderful mother's birthday and see some family, and got to see some.
Did she ask about me and Brian?
She did, almost incessantly, without pause. Yes, over and over again.
Are they bursting out of this cake?
Mom,
it's just half a sheet cake. How are they possibly? Are they bursting out?
Are they in the spaghetti? Yep. Are they in the? Where are they?
A gal could get her hopes up.
But yeah, I got to hang out with them and some old family friends that I haven't seen honestly since I was a teenager. So that was really cool. It's good to hang out with everybody.
You ain't seen them since last year.
Yeah, right. Lots changed in that time, And then Sunday, what did we do Sunday?
Not hang out with us?
No. Mm-hmm. I hung out with somebody. Where did I go?
Oh, good. Delightful. I hope it was fun and enjoyable.
No, it was a nice weekend. Very nice.
It was Dean's sculpted head, I believe, right?
Yes, that's correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was lonely. He was just chilling on his tray table, and I was like, "You're looking for something to do? You want to go grab a drink?" And that's what we did. It was me and Dean Head.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's much easier to speak to.
I was going to say he's a lot less interrupting, so that's definitely a point in his favor for sure.
You obviously didn't have drinks with him, because once he starts, he interrupts a lot.
Yeah. You got to cut him off. But yeah, it was a nice weekend. Yeah, and then playoffs are in full swing for me, and the NHL playoffs have begun. That's what I was doing last night. So
they won.
Off to a great start, a commanding victory over the back-to-back Stanley Cup reigning champions. So that was definitely a good step in the right direction. We'll just see how it progresses from here. So that is about it in my neck of the woods.
Now, is it on while the show's on? I know sometimes that is a thing you get to distract. Is it on tonight?
They are not playing tonight, no.
Okay.
But
All right.
now if the only way this would this would not be an issue is if the Maple Leafs would happen to sweep the series, then it would be over by Sunday. That being said, I don't think they're going to win 4 straight on the defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
I disagree with you. I think that they have a good chance of doing that, but I'm a fan. You feel
Yes.
the way you do, Nick.
See, I can tell you're not a fan, actually, because you said that, because you haven't experienced the things that we've experienced, and therefore you would have that hope. No,
Nick,
so that
Nick,
being said,
Nick, I'm a Browns fan. Come
well,
on.
that's true. Okay, there's definitely a similarity there, but
I
I probably will not be here next week for that very reason, because when it's playoff time, I can't. I would be basically not here anyway. So, but they are scheduled to play next Tuesday, so I may not be here unless the Leafs can pull off a sweep in the name of the Convincing Idiots podcast, which I know probably a lot of the boys on the team really are. So maybe they'll dig deep and get it done, so I don't have to miss next week.
Win one for the Gipper.
That's right.
Yeah, next week we're thinking about most disappointing sports franchises. So maybe that's a good topic.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, luckily this week we got a banger this week, gentlemen. We're all gonna show each other our penises, and then each one are gonna give each other what we think the name of it should be. Right? Is that what we agreed on?
Yes.
No, I think we're doing something else this week.
Oh, well,
yeah.
let's scrap this. Hold on,
So
I gotta change my.
Is that you talking, or
notes.
is that Pugsley talking?
We don't even need to go. You got this.
That's good. That's good.
Is it because the hairpiece on top?
It looks like one of those Buddhists from afar. It looks like a Buddha statue from afar. Yep. All right. Well, let's get into some idiot reviews here, guys. Dean, you want to start with the Nick Cage movie that we watched? How about that?
Well, I mean, do you have 2 things, Brian?
Okay.
I was going to give my real quick of the concert that I saw.
Oh yes, please go ahead. Start.
The Motown with a Twist.
Full of teenagers.
Full of teenagers from if this was 1955. It would have been full of teenagers. But it was Megan's grandfather's birthday, so
very nice.
Took him. When we got there, we got there with only like 5 minutes, to get in before the show started. And when just in time, they gave us upgrades, so we got into the 3rd row. Mm-hmm. And it was really cool. If you love Motown music, it was. To me, it was the equivalent of watching, going live to see professional wrestling. Yes, the show's good and it's cool, but the joy is watching the crowd. Like how much the crowd. Like for professional wrestling, it's the kids and the young kids getting into it and screaming and booing, and that's fun to watch. Their excitement and what they do. This was the older crowd. I mean.
Uh-oh.
That's right. Yeah.
The dementia has set in, and he's forgotten already what Motown was like.
Reconnecting.
Okay. It was very cool. They had us all get up and at one point dance in our where we were standing in our seats.
So it was like you and Megan standing all alone in a crowd because everyone else could not stand up. See those 2 people over there that are below the age of 50?
Yeah.
Well, they told you how to do each dance, and
the suspense.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
The suspense is killing us. Yeah.
That or Father Time.
Yep.
Yeah,
sorry, folks. Dean's video cut out there on us for a second there. All right, so you cut out for a second there. You were standing in the chairs dancing.
Yes. And they were telling you how to do each dance, right? They had this little shimmy thing that you do, and
they're like, now the twist works a lot just like how it fucking sounds. It's literally twisting your damn body.
That's right.
Well, no, this was like the shimmy with the shoulders, and you had to spin, and I looked like Michael J. Fox trying to get through a crowd, and it was it was. It's awful.
Boy.
I have exactly. I have no rhythm. It's very sad.
Hmm.
But it was a good time. It was a good time.
That's cool.
Nice.
So that's my one.
Someday we'll be. Someday we'll be there. You know, I had
Sure.
a slight glimpse of that, of future. We saw a Kiss tribute band at the Goodyear Theater over in Goodyear Heights. These guys are very, very good.
Mr. Speed?
Yes, local guys, terrific. If you like Kiss, by the way, go check them out. If you're a classic Kiss fan, they were a lot of fun. But I stopped for a bit, looked around that crowd. It was like, I mean, it is on the horizon of being old people in their late, mid to 50s and up, watching a band like that, to where it's like, this is a lot of fun. You look around, it's like, holy crap, we are getting older. I digress. So anyway, go ahead.
Creeping up on us all.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, maybe not Nick, not so much, but
right.
It will eventually. It's not like next week for you guys, but
well, not for me, but
okay, 2 weeks from now.
It's on the calendar, right?
We're gonna go see the Slipknot tribute band with Grandpa. Right.
Oh God, that is a thing that's going to happen. Like these tribute bands are going to be stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's right. Pearl Jam, the Pearl Jam experience.
Yeah,
by the kids from American Idol. Something like that.
Granted, with the way I treat my buddy, I'm not going to live to see it, but still, it's going to be awful for you guys.
Yep.
Right.
Just awful. So, Brian, you have anything to review?
Well, let's talk about the Nick Cage movie then that we saw on Sunday. So, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It was what I expected, but not quite. The sense of I thought it was going to be more of a Nick Cage playing his true self, thrust in this weird environment or whatever it is. But it was like a parody version of Nick Cage playing himself, if you will. So, but it's still a lot of fun. So, Nick Cage is terrific. Interesting storyline, funny. He gets to interact with a young, de-aged version of himself throughout the movie. Different Nick Cage movie scenes kind of peppered throughout the movie as well. Pascal, what's the guy's name that plays the Mandalorian?
Oh, Adrian Pascal?
Diablo.
Yep. The devil?
Diablo?
You think the devil?
Pascal Diablo
Mandalorian?
is his name. Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't think so, but no, I just a lot of fun.
You're wrong, but okay.
Is it like Adrian or something like that?
We'll look it up here. But if
Adrian
you're
Diablo, come on, Dean.
No.
Yep.
Adrian Pascal.
Get real.
Yeah, I think that's right, actually.
If not, Adrian Pascal is somebody.
Exactly right. Anyways, I thought it was a lot of fun. Like if you're even a fringe Nick Cage fan, you will enjoy this movie. So, Dean, what did you think?
I mean, you said it all, but it was ridiculous, absurd, insane, and totally fucking awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
It was as crazy as I wanted it to be. It was a lot of meta shit going on there. The story could have been anything.
Was it kind of an homage to his career, kind of in a sense? Like, was it because Brian said something like there was like different.
There was
sort of
some
scenes
things. Like
peppered in,
the story wasn't like drawn together to make it like an homage, but there was a lot of homages to it. It was just obviously movies you have to, a lot of movies you have to suspend disbelief. This one, it's just it was almost like it was tongue in cheek a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they knew how crazy it was. Okay, here's it. It's honestly, it's right up there with the wackiness of that Foo Fighters movie we watched.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's a good comparison.
Like it was crazy and weird and wild, but a lot of fun. It's one of those movies, just like the Foo Fighters movies, where you could just, that everybody in it is probably having the fucking best time of their life
Yeah.
making
Pedro
it.
Pascal. Pedro Pascal, by the way. That's a guy's name. So
It's basically what I said.
Tiffany Haddish, Neil Patrick Harris plays Nick Cage's agent in the movie. Just a lot of fun. Like you say, it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Do you know the guy's name that played the male agent? He's in a lot of things.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But that guy was great.
Alejandro Diablo.
Ike
No.
Barinholtz.
Ike Barinholtz. You were so close.
Yeah.
So close.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy's good in a lot of everything he does. But yeah, he was great in the movie.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we haven't done this in a while. So how many interrupting Deans would you give this particular movie, Dean? And I know that I watched it with you, so I know how many times you interrupted. So
Be true.
Well, I mean, if we're going on that, did I interrupt at all?
I don't think you did. I don't think.
Yeah,
I think.
Wow.
I was focused in there.
Yep.
Wow. Perfect score.
I discovered, Nick, that Dean and Megan are full volume talkers up until the movie begins. So, previews.
Doesn't fuck them.
No, I don't care. It's a previews. If you're interested in the previews, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to them. But once the feature presentation did begin, yes, I don't believe Dean interrupted one time. It was just enjoy the movie.
They did have the preview for the new Jurassic Park movie, which looks pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's a good drive-in movie. Yep.
There's going to be a topic coming up on that closer to time.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I give it a.
Have you ever seen a dinosaur penis in like any rendering, cartoon?
I keep looking for him in every one of these Jurassic Park movies. Not one dino dick. Not one.
Show me T-Rex balls. Where are they?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the final movie in the franchise.
T-ball.
Yep.
Sorry, what were you saying, Brian?
That's okay. I give it like maybe a 2 to 3 interrupting Dean. A lot of fun. Go check it out. The Nick Cage movie.
Oh, good. Very good.
Right. What else did you see? Anything else, Dean?
I started Ozarks. Yes. I know I'm late to that party. With the fifth and final season just dropped, I started season 1. And I am mad at myself for coming to the party this late. It is awesome. If you like, I mean,
on my list, I want to watch that.
Okay, so I can tell you. I was going to say, I guess most people in the world have seen it, as popular as it is. But if you're a fan of Breaking Bad, you'll be a fan of this. It's intriguing. It's weird. The storyline's great. The acting's great.
Yep.
The writing, the characters, all great. So, excuse me. I'm trying not to burp in your guys' ear here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am fully caught up. I'm watching. I have 2 more episodes to go in the final last couple. So it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely I'm very interested in the finale. But yeah.
Oh, so you're into season 5.
Yeah, I'm fully caught up and watching the current episodes.
I am 2 away from the first season finale. So
yeah, we got a little ways to go yet. So
how many episodes are in a season of that show?
It was like 10.
10.
At least in the first season.
I think this final season is like 14. They dropped the final 7 on Friday. I think it's what it is.
Okay.
So, yep, all about 45 minutes to an hour each.
Yeah.
So, yep, definitely twists and turns, and you're on the edge of your seat, and it can go any direction at any time. And just you're always on edge watching it. So, but fully hooked, like you said, well acted, well written, the whole bit. So, I will definitely miss it when it is done.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yep.
And it's one of those, like, it's so good. I'm sorry. I was just going to say, it's one of those so good that, like, I'm not in a hurry to, like, just binge right through it. Because I kind of want to enjoy it. I kind of want to soak everything in, kind of take my time with it. So I don't think I'm just going to, like, run through as fast as I can.
Yep. That's good. follow that same advice at home. That's all I'll say. Just
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, some things you
Yeah.
just can't help.
yep. Okay.
I'm not God. I can't control. I don't know what you want from me.
Cool breeze comes through and done.
That's it. That's it. Megan's like, "Where's that head again?" Darn it.
I'm asking the same thing.
Very good. Nick, have you seen anything new, interesting? Sir?
Yeah, I guess it's not new. I don't know that it's a real well-known thing or not. I think you guys may have seen it. And I think they're actually working on a sequel to it right now, if I'm not mistaken. I think I heard that. But I watched, and I'm actually kind of a little upset at you guys because I think you've seen it, and I'm a little pissed that neither of you have ever bothered to be like, you need to go watch this movie because it's really good. I watched Doctor Strange. And I'm a little upset because it's pretty good. I mean, nobody bothered to throw that out there. It's a pretty good movie with there's a new film coming out, a sequel to it, I believe. And,
Did you watch it really?
I did. Well, so, the new one's coming out, right? And
Yeah.
we're driving around this weekend and Robin goes, boys, do you want to go see Doctor Strange with me this weekend? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, can I come? She's like, you haven't seen the first one. I'm like, well, I kind of wanted to be part of the fun. So I said, well, if I watch it, can I go see it? And she said, yes. So now I'm allowed to go see the new movie. So I did watch it.
So you're saying if we want you to or need you to see something, we need to talk about it, and we can earlier, but up on the TV right now is I'm seeing the first TV shot for Firestarter. Holy shit. Anyways. We'll get in. We'll have plenty of time.
I saw a trailer for that. I don't really I don't know what's going on there.
Well, again, we can get into it because there's a whole thing. It's a remake of a Stephen King movie.
They can start fires with their mind. It's
Right.
a Stephen King book. Drew Barrymore played the role like in the early '80s. There was an original movie version. So they're remaking it on this. Yes, in my youth, I don't see any reason to redo this, but it's like the
no. I was going to say, in your youth, you used to make girls' crotches be on fire.
That's right.
That's a different thing all together.
Just make my crotch be on fire, Brian Fisher.
Just with the mind, just by staring and with the mind. Yes.
And his superhero against that was just penicillin.
Yep, that's right. All right, so Nick, you watched Doctor Strange and you thought it was actually fairly entertaining, yes?
I did watch Doctor Strange. Yes, I did. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like I didn't like it better than the Thor movies or Guardians of the Galaxy or anything like that or Spider-Man, but it was enjoyable. It was certainly better than any of like the Captain Americas or it was middle of the road. I liked it. I thought it was good. I just kept thinking when I was watching it, especially when he went into they were telling him about they went into the asshole dimension or whatever forget what it's called, but where he's tripping out or that's his hands have fingers have hands and all the everything.
Yeah.
I'm like was really wishing I like had some had the ability to partake in Jazz Cabbage at that time. I was watching it. I watch it in segmented lunch breaks over the last couple of days, so that was not really an option. But it was.
I mean, your choice.
Truly, yeah, that's right. Truly, it was a visually stunning movie. Like, I mean, effects wise, and I mean, I've definitely seen glimpses of that, in the Avengers movies and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it just totally messes with my head, and it's just really impressive. Yeah, that like what. Just the level of detail. I mean, there's all these little, idiosyncrasies in the backgrounds of like the things, in the landscapes moving together and beams from buildings, and I'm just little shit like that I'm noticing, and I'm just like, wow, how incredible! But definitely a visually stunning movie, definitely an entertaining movie. I think though, as I started watching this, I recalled why I really was not in a hurry to go back and watch this movie, because as you guys will recall, I had seen like the first 20 or 30 minutes of it and fallen asleep. My recollection of the movie, and as I watched it, from the very beginning, so I could watch the whole thing, and I forgot what a piece of shit the character is. And I was like,
Sure.
I think that's
Originally, yeah.
why.
Mhm.
I think that's why I was like, just kind of like, I don't even really care to see this anymore. I was bored by it initially, and also like, I hate the character. Like, I just don't like.
I mean, but that's the
He's
point.
a piece of shit.
But that's the story arc of him becoming better. You know what I mean? Like becoming this.
Yeah. Like, I guess he
the Doctor
did,
Strange.
but he kind of just got powers, and it was like, I don't know.
That's the point. I mean, how close you are. If you just gain powers, any of us just gain powers, you could either go one way or the other.
Sure.
What do they say? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you gain all that power. So without mentally being ready for it, or emotional or whatever, you could either become a bad guy or a good guy, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the theory, and he could have gone either way because he was a cocky asshole.
Yeah,
but
I mean, he was like even
ultimately-
beyond that, because that's what I was
Sure.
like. I was just telling her, I was like, like Thor in the very beginning, like he's arrogant, but it's almost in like there's an innocence to it. It's not that he's just only lived in his bubble and he's awesome and he's whatever. But like, this guy was like an active piece of shit. Like, he's really a terrible person. And like, after I got done watching it, I told Lane, I said, well, I finished the movie. I've seen Doctor Strange and now I'm ready for the new. He's like, nice. Like, what'd you think? I said, very good movie. He goes, what was your favorite part? I said, probably when he got into the accident. Because I really enjoyed him almost dying because
It
what a
humbled
piece
him,
of
too.
Actually, it didn't. Like, he was still a piece of shit even after it happened.
No,
Like-
when I say humble him, I mean it humbled him as in if he would have got those powers
with his
Excuse me,
hands,
with his
being
hands,
fully capable.
I believe
sure.
he would have been a bad guy. He would have been
Right.
evil. But with the humbling of his hands and stuff, it brought him to a level where he could come in and it turn out the way it did. So
Right, because he needed something. He still needed the ability to get back to what then initially to find the powers he had to. That was his sole purpose, was to
right.
get
At
back
first.
to what he was. Right.
It'll be interesting to see if the version in the multiverse movie where he's kind of more because if he didn't go through all that yet became, maybe that's the version that we see. I guess maybe we'll find out. It'll be interesting to see.
Well, there's I believe there's going to be a couple. I mean, there's going to be there's Avenger, Doctor Strange, who is just like the badass warrior. Then there's looks like the evil Doctor Strange, and so there's going to be a few.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, good. We're glad you finally saw it. And
enjoyable movie. Next time, don't wait. Maybe hit me to some of these movies that they're pretty good that are out there, if you would.
Yep. Yeah, we'll try. Like,
but now you understand why he won, and he is the greatest superhero. Now you understand.
Oh,
I mean, I was aware of his abilities. Yes.
Okay.
That's right, because he won our debate. He won our superhero battle debate.
He
That's
did.
Right. Yes.
Dean remembers because he's been knocking at the door to get us start another one. So.
No, I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, the villain battle bracket.
All right, if we could do it much shorter, that might be fun. But I would do an episode of that, not a 4-year excursion into a bracket system.
You see anything else, Nick?
Just a lot of hockey. Yep.
Okay. All right.
And clearly, you suggest that for the crowd.
I do. Yes.
Okay, especially them winning.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, we keep
absolutely.
making reference. I mean, if you're just joining us, you can't see his the hat there. He is a Maple Leafs fan. I don't think we've said that in your reference to your team. So if you're just joining us, Nick is a Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
Yeah. If I did not mention that, yes, that would be. That's the way.
All right. I didn't see anything else new except obviously the Nick Cage movie and then Ozark also. And I say it every week, but I'm still can't say it enough. Go watch the Lakers that show Winning Time on HBO Max with John C. Reilly and everybody, and then that Outer Range with Josh Brolin is still very interesting on Amazon Prime. Also very interesting science fiction-y / murder drama show. So check those out if you haven't yet. All right. Okay. All right, so this week, guys, in speaking of more Marvel and other movies, so back in
Okay.
2008,
It was 2008, 25 years ago.
no,
Do you want a bucket of dicks or a bag of dicks to eat?
yeah,
I've never had them in a bucket before, so let's do that.
It's like chicken. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, try something different, you know what I'm saying? Hey there, if you like that video, or if you just like to watch us make fools of ourselves, please like and subscribe to this channel. We really appreciate it, and we hope to see you back here.